All right, you guys, are we ready for this? One last time. Hate New York City. It's cold and it's damp. And all the people dress like monkeys. One more time. Let's leave Chicago to the Eskimos. You guys didn't know I could really sing, did you? That town's a little bit too rugged for you and me, babe. Yes! Let's go! That's right. Crank up the fucking Beach Boys. We gonna ride it till we just can't ride it no more. I have lived in every single part of this fucking city at this point. I lived in the South Bay. Fuck yeah, I did. Yes, I lived there too. I fucking lived there. I lived there. That's right. Why are they happy, you guys? Because the Los Angeles Dodgers have just won the World Series in 2024. Our great year of the Lord, the year of Kobe Bryant. We fucking did it. I love LA. We love it. That's right. We love it. We're gonna do the whole fucking song. I don't care if this shit gets taken down. It ain't gonna get taken down unless I get thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking listeners. But it's possible. We're gonna go. You guys know the rest of the words? I bet you don't. Maybe you do. Look at that mountain. Look at those trees. Look at that bum over there, man. He's down on his knees. Look at these women. We got some fucking hot ass women. Ain't nothing like them nowhere. Come on. Where are we going? Century Boulevard? Victory Boulevard? Santa Monica Boulevard? 6th Street. We love it. We love it. I'm gonna cry, dude. We fucking did it, man. Oh my God, you guys. I can't. It's not too much, but it's been a lot, you guys. What's going on? Welcome to my blue thoughts. That's right. These are my blue thoughts. They're not yours. We're doing two things. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can't hear everything that's going on. So sorry. If you're listening, you can hear everything, but you can't see everything. And what you can't see right now is that Petey is about to fucking drink a michelada. I can't fucking, okay, so just full disclosure, if you listen to this podcast on a regular basis, you know that one of my biggest pet peeves is the people that go to the fucking Dodger game and they spend half the fucking time trying to get the perfect shot of the michelada and the field in the background. It's like, fucking, just fucking watch the game, dude, okay? But because they won, I'm gonna fucking, I've never had a fucking drink of this. I don't know what it tastes like. This is a Modelo Chelada. Fresa picante. I don't even know what that fucking means, dude. All right, are we ready? Are we ready for Peter to fucking take a drink of Modelo? I tell you what. Hold on. That's not bad. What the fuck? That is not bad at all. Okay, I'm going to read what it says right here. You're welcome, Modelo, for the advertising, by the way. Well, it's in Spanish and English. So let's read it in Spanish first. En español primero. Con los sabores refrescantes de fresa y chile, which I think means with the best refreshing, fresh, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Oh, fresa is strawberry. Fucking stupid Peter. With the refreshing flavors of strawberry and chili peppers. All right, so I'm fucking drinking a michelada, you guys, in honor of my fucking fellow Chicano, Mexican, Dodger fans out there. We got a parade tomorrow, so I'm gonna save the crazy shit for tomorrow. But God, you guys, can we just really quick, like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, you cannot see or you cannot hear what's going on. But right now, I'm about to replay what happened yesterday for everybody listening, because most of the people listen. Hang on. Los Angeles, your Dodgers have won the World Series. What happened? Hold on, you guys. Hold on. That didn't work very well. That didn't work very well at all. What happened there? I thought I was playing it on the radio. See, you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, this is the kind of shit that happens all the time when you don't have a a person to do all these things for you. You know what? We're going to get back to that, actually, because I have an idea that will be maybe better than all that stuff. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. What's going on, you guys? I should have probably prepared this a little bit better, but I just wanted to do this, man. First of all, thank you guys so much for listening all these years. I know that I didn't have a Dodger podcast for a majority of this season, and but I felt something, you guys. I felt something. I felt that there was something really special about this team. I felt it from the beginning of the year in the offseason when they signed Shohei Ohtani and fucking Yamamoto and Tyler Glasnow and Teoscar Hernandez, which, by the way, very, very underrated signing, by the way. Probably, I mean, yeah, you're going to give all the accolades and the pomp and circumstance to Shohei Ohtani, but Teoscar Hernandez, like, okay. There's so many, I'm going to be all over the place with this podcast, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to do a bunch of different things. This is what I know, okay? Since this ownership group took over in 2012, this is when they took over, 2012, towards the end of the season, and right away they showed us that, all right, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go get some guys, we're gonna be competitive, and we want this to be a team that wins multiple titles, because the titles, LA is a title city, and we deserve championships in this city, and we expect nothing less. We're going to bring in guys like Magic Johnson who joined the ownership group, Billie Jean King, fucking championship athletes, but also really fucking rich dudes like Mark Walter, Peter Guber, from that moment, you know, they made that trade at the end of the, you know, at the waiver deadline in 2012. They brought over Adrian Gonzalez. They brought over Carl Crawford. They wanted Adrian Gonzalez so bad that they fucking said, okay, yeah, you guys want to throw in Josh Beckett at, you know, 20 million and Carl Crawford at 20 million a year? You know what? That's fine. They'll be solid for what we're doing. We're gonna get a good group of guys that's gonna help bring this franchise into the next chapter of what we have planned. And then they bring in Andrew Friedman, and it just becomes this machine of analytics, fucking nerdball, like I call it, because that's what it is. It's fucking nerdball, and we're gonna create a fucking dynasty. And as I sit here on Halloween, happy Halloween, if you're listening on Halloween. If you're not, it might be Dia de los Muertos. Who knows what day it'll be. All Saints Day, depending on when you're listening. But they've built a dynasty. I'm already burping from this fucking michelada. Okay, hold on. First of all, how many calories does this have? Doesn't even say. Oh, it says on the side of the can. This has got to be like 300 calories, right? This is a fucking tall ass can. 24 ounces. 124 calories. Oh, that's not bad, actually. I don't feel so bad about drinking this. This is good. I'm not gonna start drinking, but this is fucking good, dude. Okay. Okay, so really quick, like, if you're listening, I don't know why this is not connected, but we're gonna fucking start that shit over really quick, like, and if it doesn't play here, then I'll just fucking play it here so everyone can hear it. How about that? Where is the sound coming from? Alright, I'm sorry. Never mind. You know what, dude? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. There goes our sound. Can I still play this? No? Oh, I know what probably happened. Something probably got disconnected here. That's what I'm gonna guess. Okay, there we go. That's what happened. Alright, so let's do this. Sorry, you guys, if you're watching and listening for that matter. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I can watch it a million times over and over again, just like in 2020 when I was there. And the fact that it got to be Joe Davis, one of our guys, you know, obviously just like Vin Scully when he was calling the World Series in 1988. Walker fucking Buehler, dude. The fucking man. I mean, I just don't know where to start, you guys, because this whole season has been, you know, like the Dodgers. Okay, say what you want, and I'll go. I'll like I said, dude. Am I drunk? The Dodgers went into the season, obviously. I don't know if they were favored. I think a lot of people kind of favored the Padres. Everybody said the Padres, you know, were going to be the team. And I think Major League Baseball for the longest time has wanted the Padres to be the team because they got all these flashy, but I've talked about it and I shouldn't even waste my time talking about this shit, but like a lot of people counted the Dodgers out. You can go back to that Max Muncy quote when they beat the Padres. 80% of you fuckers counted us out, right? And I'm just looking at it right now, okay? So payrolls in Major League Baseball. New York Mets, number one, $317 million, okay? Number two, New York Yankees, $309 million, okay? Number three, Houston Astros, by the way, $255 million. Number four, the Philadelphia Phillies, $247 million. And then number five, your world champion, Los Angeles Dodgers, okay? And it's just, it's nice. It feels really good to be a Dodger fan right now. It feels, I don't know what the word, not redeeming, but like not even reassuring. Like they just put a stamp basically on everything, a stamp on the fact that all the people want to talk shit about how they won in 2020 and they can't. It wasn't a real fucking championship. Guess what? It was a real fucking championship because all 30 teams had the same shot to win the championship that year. And only one team remained. Under the same rules, under the same circumstances, everything, one team remained. And that was the Dodgers. You want to fucking hate on that? Fine. Here we go. 162 game season. fucking booyah. They beat the best team. They beat the hottest team. They beat the team with the highest payroll, the second highest payroll. All these fucking haters, the Dodgers have to buy championships. The teams with the highest payroll got beat. So I guess money doesn't really buy championships. You know what buys championships? Buying the right guys. I don't want to waste a lot of time talking shit about a lot of other teams, but ask the Angels what happens when you spend a lot of money on the wrong guy. Ask the Padres. Ask literally every team that's fucking not the champion right now besides the Dodgers. Like I said, I don't know where to start, but I can start with this, okay? I told you guys that, you know, I was thinking about moving to Austin last year for a number of reasons, but as you guys know, if you guys listen to my podcast, Dodger Stadium is my favorite place in the world. Like, it's literally my favorite place. I don't even have to be going to a game when I go to Dodger Stadium. When I'm at Dodger Stadium, the second I walk through those gates, even walking up from the parking lot, I just get emotional because so much of my childhood and so many amazing memories that I've had throughout my life took place at Dodger Stadium. I've gone with a lot of special people. I've gone with, some of the most important people in my life throughout my life, from my mom to my grandmother to my dad, going to games with my dad sometimes, to every girl that I've ever loved from my young adult life on, to some of my best friends, to my brothers, to my nephews, to just everybody that means anything to me. It's right there, and it's my childhood, and it's the pulse of this city. And everyone wants to talk about Dodger fans and how we get there late and leave early. There are so many people in this town, around the world for that matter, but like in the town, that just love this team so much. It's an unconditional love. Win, lose, good season, bad season, we show up, dude. Number one in attendance every year. And to finally, after all and there's people that don't remember. I count 2020 because, like I said, every team had a shot, but there's people that weren't alive when the Dodgers won a full season championship. A generation of Dodger fans that have never witnessed that, because a lot of people weren't alive in 1988. I get it. Half the chicks I've hooked up with in the last couple years weren't alive in 1988. Shout out to Petey. What's up? I just can't tell you what it means. And to finally get the parade that we didn't get in 2020, that's really the thing that's going to be kind of the icing on the cake for all of this, is that we get to celebrate in our city with our fellow Dodger fans. It's just I can't not get emotional, because it's just, I know these are my blue thoughts, but I talked to you guys. I've talked about it a little bit, but this has been a tough year for me. As much as I've done some really cool shit this year, this has been a really tough year for me. Probably one of the toughest years I've had. But throughout that, there have been some really cool shit that I got to witness. And for this, it's almost like, I think I talked about it on here, or maybe I didn't, but I talked about it on my other podcasts. But, for me, the Dodgers is a connection to my mom and my grandma, for sure. I've said it a million times. And, in 2020 when they won, it was like, the world had stopped. I fucking ended up in Oklahoma. Like, I was working on a fucking farm, and then all of a sudden, I just hated my life, dude. Like, I just hated it. Like, I felt like I just had lost so much, and the ability to go to my favorite place. We all did, like, it really affected me. And then, the playoffs get moved to Texas, and it just like, it starts to like, wow, I might get to see my Dodgers win the World Series. And then I did, and it was just like, it kind of made all the shit that I had gone through the previous few months like kind of worth it, because I got to be there. And then now it's just like, okay, like I was gonna move to Austin and then I didn't, and then I wanted to stay, and then all these different things, and then I get to be here to celebrate the fucking Dodgers winning the World Series with my friends, my family, millions of people that are also, you know, friends and family that we're gonna get to know. Like it, and it just, I'm so excited, and it really is like an emotional experience for me. I can't wait. I mean, we got to watch Dodgers and Yankees. We got to watch two of the most storied franchises. I don't know how far into this michelada I am. Now it's starting to taste not good. I don't know how much more I could drink. The good news is I bought this at the liquor store and I spent $3.29 for it instead of the fucking $22 that they cost at the stadium. So that's good news. Anyway, so the Dodgers go to New York. And first of all, I said Dodgers in 5, they might sweep. I was fucking right. So thank you. You're welcome. PD called that shit. I just fucking knew it, dude. I knew. My only time I was worried throughout this entire postseason was, you know, after the Dodgers kind of took it on the chin against the Padres, and the fucking Padres kicked our ass, and we got down 2-1, and then we have a fucking bullpen game, and you're just like, our season's on the line, and we have a fucking bullpen game? Like, are we fucking serious? And the bullpen fucking shelled out, the offense showed up, and it was fucking great, and then the rest is history. You know, Yamamoto, you know, gives us just enough, and the offense gives us just enough. We beat the Padres. Mets, I wasn't really too worried about them. It seemed to me pretty obvious that the Dodgers were going to beat the Mets. It just did. They were clearly dominant. They basically punted 2 games and they still wrapped it up. Like, and so from then you got, like I said, you have like what many people thought was the best team. And then you have the hottest team, and then you have the Yankees. Like they're just the Yankees, and it's a battle. You know, it's you know, it's Foreman versus Frazier, or Ali versus Frazier, or you know, it's Texas versus Oklahoma, or Lakers versus Celtics. Like, this is the rivalry, dude. Okay, this is the rivalry. It's not, I mean, it's a rivalry, but like a historic rivalry. You know, we go back to the, you know, to the early days, you know, in the 30s and 40s, and how many times the Dodgers and Yankees have played in the World Series. And I just knew that the Dodgers would fucking wrap it up in 5. I just did. And when they got up to a 3-0 lead, I'm like, well, they're gonna fucking sweep. And then what happens? You know, Game 4. What can I say about Game 4? I think that Daniel Hudson did not have his best stuff in Game 4. And I don't know if he's the guy that I choose right there in that spot in Game 4. They did. He gives up a grand slam. The Dodgers come back, but at that point, the Dodgers, whether it be Dave Roberts, Andrew Friedman, whoever is running everything, decide, you know what? Let's just bring in our low leverage guys and just, you know, and then the game gets out of hand. Poor Honeywell fucking gets shelled, and they're like, all right, well, we got it tomorrow. We got Jack Flaherty going. He's going to give us some length, and then we have our high leverage bullpen guys. And I didn't like that, but I got it. Here's the thing, and I'll go on record. I'm on video right now, okay? And I'm on radio, but I've been very critical of Andrew Friedman and Nerdball and everything since it started, you know? There were times in in 2016. I mean, I still think that they learned from their mistakes in the past and made necessary adjustments. You know, from postseason to postseason, they learned. You know, like when you're looking at the Dodgers playing the Cubs in 2016, and it's all right-handed hitters because that's what the matchups tell us. Like that kind of shit. No, okay. 2017, there was a couple games where they kind of did the same thing and played with the lineup. Now we know they were cheating, blah blah blah, whatever. There's been times when, they took a guy out too soon, they left a guy in. There's just this whole, certain guys that you're like, why is he in the lineup? Like I've been so critical about Nerdball, but they've learned. If you guys remember in 2020. Corey Seager was playing against lefties and righties. That wasn't the case in 2016. Okay, so they learned, and then this year they learned. You're not just doing all righties against a lefty. You're stealing bases. You're bunting, dude. They bunted quite a few times in this postseason. They sacrificed fly. That the thing is. I've been critical because there've just been little things where you're just like, fuck, dude, why are we doing this? Why? And, there have been times over the last couple years where a guy became available and the Dodgers didn't go after them because, we heard that they were trying to reset the luxury tax so they can get Shohei. And I said at the time, I'm like, we don't need Shohei. Because what I didn't want, and I said it before, and I'll said it then, I'll say it now, I didn't want them to fucking sign Shohei and then have no money left for anybody else. Then Shohei defers fucking 95% of his salary, and they do have room for everybody else. And it fucking worked out, dude. They took a gamble. I'm assuming they knew something, and they continued to bring in guys. They bring in a fucking, like I said, Tyler Glasnow. They bring in a Yamamoto. They bring in a Teoscar Hernandez. And then at the trade deadline, they're like, okay, well, what do we need? You know what? We need a fucking utility guy that nobody knows, that hasn't played all season, and we'll get him. Tommy who? Tommy Edman. Okay, I have no idea who the fuck that is. Well, guess what? Everybody knows who Tommy Edman is now. Motherfucker's an NLCS MVP. Without him, the Dodgers don't win the World Series. Trade deadline move. Okay, you know what? The White Sox, they're the worst team in baseball. They've got a reliever, though. I know he sucks. I know he's 1-6 with an ERA over 6. But you know what? I see his rotation. I think we can get a little bit more out of him. Let's go ahead and get him. Michael Kopech? Okay, sure. Fucking lights out. Okay, cool. Just every move, and we questioned certain things, and everything fucking paid off. And you know what? I'll say this. Baseball gods, not baseball gods. The baseball gods finally gave the Dodgers some breaks. I'll say that, dude. I think that there have been times in the past, I think about, in 2013, Hanley being the hottest hitter on the fucking planet, getting a ball to the ribs, and the Dodgers go down. Kershaw fucking collapses. Okay. 2014, Kershaw fucking collapses. Okay. Take it even further back. You guys remember in 2008, Jonathan Broxton against the Phillies. Dodgers are down 2-1. They're about to tie it. They can tie it. Jonathan Broxton gives up fucking 3 runs, a jack to Matt Stairs, fucking Jimmy Rollins, Shane Victorino. It's a whole thing. The Dodgers fucking drop it. And then the next year, this same fucking thing happens. Johnny Broxton again. Fucking A. It's always been something. 2017, you have the Astros cheating. 2018, whether the Red Sox cheated or not, they were probably the better team. Okay? 2020 goes our way. 2019, Dodgers are the best team. They fucking lose against the Nationals. There's been so many times when things just didn't go the Dodgers' way, and it looked like that was happening. When you saw against the Padres, the Machado fucking slide, and then errors the Dodgers made, and just like little things. You're like, here we go, the home run that Profar fucking robs, and you're just like these little things, and you're like, you can't help but be like, is this gonna happen again? And it didn't. Things went our way. Game 5. I'm sitting there and I'm torn because I'm watching this game and I'm like, would I love to be there in LA when they win it? Of course, with 56,000 fans instead of being there with 25,000 fans. Would I love to be there at Dodger Stadium when the Dodgers win a World Series in LA for the first time? I think the only time they won at home was 1963, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm looking at ticket prices and I'm just like, Peter, don't do it, dude. Don't do it. That's money that you need for other stuff. Like you had some things not go your way financially over the last couple months it's a whole thing. I talk about it on my other podcast, but it would have been financially irresponsible, but I would have had a decision to make. But what was weighing on me and stressing me the fuck out was like, okay, let's say, hypothetically, I spend $1,300 or $1,400 on a Game 6 ticket. And the Yankees fucking catch fire and they win Game 6, and now we gotta go to Game 7. I can't just drop another, whatever it would have cost to go to Game 7. And I'm thinking like, all right, maybe I'll go to the casino and take like $500 and just try to double it or triple it or whatever, right? And I'm just like, well, that's really not responsible, And so it's like, I just wanted him to fucking win it, dude, because I didn't want to have that dilemma. Would it have been great to win at home? Sure, dude, of course. But they had the best record in the major leagues. They had the home field advantage, so they started at home. Like, that's just the way it is. But also, I think it's bad karma, bad mojo, bad whatever you want to call it, to be like, okay, well, I want my team to lose. I want my team to lose so that I can be there. No, that's selfish. And the baseball gods will punish you when you think that way. As I want this fucking series over. I'll go to the parade. I've got to witness them win a World Series in person. I'm not going to be selfish. I just want a parade, dude. I just want a parade. I've never been to a parade. I've been in a parade, but I've never been to a championship parade. And I'm going to go to a parade tomorrow. I'm actually going to the stadium celebration, but shout out to my boy Eric Dunn, who is a Dodger season ticket holder, and I had notified him earlier in the morning, if you have pre-sale, please let me know, and he did, and we're in, so we will be there to celebrate, and I don't know if I'm getting drunk, but I'm gonna be buzzed, dude. I don't know if you guys know this, but they make THC infused drinks now, and being stoned is way better than being drunk, and it's way better for you, and it's way less calories, and it's way better for your liver, and I think I'll do that. Maybe I'll have a couple drinks, but that's gonna be, I'm drinking my Modelo as we fucking record this, but I don't know how you guys drink this whole thing. Oh, God. So, okay, I said I gave Andrew Friedman his props. I mean, he has made a lot of moves the Dodgers won the World Series, dude, and Andrew Friedman's stamp is all over this team. And it's going to be for years to come. I mean, Shohei hasn't even pitched yet. And also, Shohei Ohtani playing hurt, clearly. But this is something that I always tell people, and I think it's pretty true, but like, I don't know what percentage of Shohei was out there the last 2 games with his shoulder injury, but my whole theory is always, like, for myself, I'm like, 70% of me is better than 100% of most people. And in the case of Shohei, it's like, okay, well, are you going to fucking start Chris Taylor? No. Who else, are you going to start? I don't even, was Kiermaier even, I don't even know if Kiermaier was on the roster, or was it Pajes? Whoever was on the roster, like, no, dude, you're going to fucking go with Shohei. Because, as you saw, first inning, they fucking walk him on 4 straight, dude. 4 straight. No, Garrett Cole didn't walk him. I'm sorry. He swung at the first pitch. There was an inning where Shohei just got walked. Maybe it was game 4. I'm sorry. I'm kind of bouncing back around, but there was a game where he got walked 4 straight. I feel like that was game 4. Yeah, because then Freddie hit a home run, so yes. By the way, Freddie Freeman, fucking World Series MVP. Couldn't hit shit in the fucking first 2 rounds. Had a week off. Fixed his ankle. Fucking gets a triple. 4 home runs. The fucking biggest home run. Gibby's, I think, is a little bit more, I don't know, dude. I don't know, honestly, because the circumstances leading to Freddie, like, and the season that he had, and everything that happened with his son and with his broken finger, and like the fact that he was still able to play. You know, Kirk Gibson, I talked about it last time, but you know, Kirk Gibson, that was his only home run in that fucking World Series. Freddie Freeman played the rest of the series and fucking hit 3 more home runs and had a huge base knock in Game 5 to help the Dodgers inch back, which, by the way, can we just talk about that 5th inning really quick? Yeah. So, Dodgers, you know, bullpen game 4, it doesn't work. And you're like, okay, we're going to go out Flaherty. He's going to be solid. He was great in Game 1. And Flaherty just eats shit in Game 5. Complete shit. Like, I mean, to the point where, like, after, like, 3 hitters, I'm like, hey, we need to take him out, dude. He does not have it. I don't know why. Don't know. He can't say that he was sick this time. He did not look good. And I'm like, hey, we need to get him out of there right fucking now. Because you don't want to give the fans anything to cheer about. You don't want to give the team more confidence. Like, you know, there's the old thing where the Red Sox in 2004, you know, were down 3-0 against the Yankees, and Kevin Millar is like, don't let us win today. You know, don't let us win today. And they fucking won that day. Then they won the next 3 games. Everything lined up perfectly. You're like, you don't want to give a team confidence like that and let them start to believe in yourself, because momentum is a real thing. And, you know, they go down, you know, they bring in the relievers, and you're just like, well, okay. And they start to bring in their high leverage guys, and you're like, okay, yeah, 5 runs, it's only the 2nd inning, like, they can come back. And Garrett Cole is just fucking dealing. He's got a no-hitter through 4, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, dude, we finally get a hit. Kike breaks the no-hitter. You're like, okay, great. And then they just, I mean, one of the most epic collapses that I think I've witnessed in the World Series. I mean, this is like, this is similar to the Cubs and the Marlins in 2003 when Steve Bartman fucking, but like, because that led to all these other freaky things. This was an epic fucking failure by the Yankees. Like, Aaron Judge, the MVP, who's better? Shohei. Well, Aaron Judge plays defense and blah, and his run numbers are all better than Shohei's, except for stolen bases, which is a huge fucking overlook. Yeah, but Shohei has 59 stolen bases. Like, that's a lot of fucking stolen bases, dude, okay? You can't just be like, oh yeah, but, okay? And he fucking drops a routine fly ball. And here's the thing, as someone who plays center field, I know my friends that listen to this, you know, think it's funny when I talk about my baseball prowess, but like, anybody could have caught that fucking ball. And as someone that plays center field, that was a shallow, like, why are you looking at the runner? Like, I don't understand. Like, were you going to double him up at first? I don't think so, dude. What are you doing? He drops the ball. And then Kike gets to second. And then we get a ground ball in the hole. And fucking Anthony Volpe just fucking Chuck Knoblauchs that shit. If you don't know Chuck Knoblauch, fucking, you're not old enough to be listening to this podcast in the first place. Chuck Knoblauch was a great second baseman, solid, all-star with the Twins, gets traded to the Yankees because that was the era where they just got everybody that they wanted. They got the A-Rods, the Giambis, the Knoblocks, the fucking Mike Musinas. Like, they were just fucking, they were raising their own talent, and then whatever they didn't have, they would just go buy. The best team money can buy back then. And Chuck Knobloch was an all-star second baseman, and he just forgot how to throw the ball to second or to first. And I don't know what happened with Anthony. Now, I will say this. Kike, a very heads-up slide into the baseline, kind of like Manny did, but not as obvious because he slid. And the ball gets away. And you're like, okay, well, here we go. Now we got bases loaded, no outs. Garrett Cole is still dealing, by the way. And Mookie Betts hits a fucking squib. First of all, let me rewind. Bases loaded, no outs. Gavin Lux, who I think had one hit in the series, fucking gets gassed by Garrett Cole. Just gassed, overmatched, looked like a little leaguer up there. And then Shohei comes up, and you're like, okay, well, Shohei can just put the ball in play, okay, or he can hit a grand slam. Nope, he fucking strikes out. I'm not going to say he looks like a little leaguer. He looks like someone who's in pain, who's trying to play through the pain. So you're like, God damn it, dude. Fucking bases loaded, no outs. We have to fucking score. And then Mookie Betts hits a squib. And I'll tell you this, you guys. Some of you guys, pretty knowledgeable in baseball. Some of you guys aren't as, privy to certain things. There's a thing called PFP, okay? For those of you guys that don't know what it is, it's pitcher's fielding practice. Spring training, day one, pitchers in first base, you work on that. You work on that ground ball, hit to the fucking right side of the infield, pitcher sprints to first base, and either the first baseman throws it to them, or if he's close enough to the bag, he'll get it, but that's what you work on. You. I, whatever, however you communicate, you go over that a million fucking times, because it's a play that if you don't practice it, it can get a little dicey. And so they make sure they fucking drill it, because it's one of those things. It's like, there's certain parts of the field where you hit, like Mookie's dunk single in game 3, where he just fucking drops it. I mean, he got jammed and it goes right over the first. There's certain places on the field where if the ball goes, it's like, if someone can do a great drag bunt right up the first baseline, there's that Bermuda Triangle right there. And so that's why you work on PFP. And Mookie hits a squib, and Garrett Cole, for whatever reason, just kind of looks at the ball, and he thinks Anthony Rizzo is going to just step on that. He's pointing like, hey, it's you. And Anthony Rizzo's like, dude, this ball's fucking, it's a cue ball, dude. I can't charge this because it's going to fucking get past me. I got to make sure I field it first. And that split half second, Mookie fucking sees it, and I can tell you, as someone that runs fast, I don't run as fast as I used to, but like when you can, even if you're not fast, there's a moment when you realize, like, either you're gonna beat that person to the bag, or maybe you're running for the ball and like you just need to kick it into a different gear, and I don't know, adrenaline takes over. And if you watch that replay, Mookie goes from sprinting to first base to fucking hightailing it, and he fucking beats out the throw. And then Freddie comes up, fucking single. Teo comes up, fucking, we got a tie game, dude. We got a tie motherfucking game. And, the rest is history. We take it back a couple innings. Dodgers get a sac fly from Lux. Great. We get a sac fly. Shohei comes up. A catcher's interference? What the fuck, dude? In the World Series, you have a catcher's interference? Like, it was almost like, if you guys have ever seen the movie 8 Men Out. If you've ever seen 8 Men Out, dude, if you haven't seen 8 Men Out, it's a story about the 1918 White Sox. Is that correct? And they threw the World Series. They got bribed, and they all fucking played like shit and threw the World Series, except for shoeless Joe Jackson, who refused to throw the game, but because he knew about what was going on, they all got suspended from baseball for life. But a catcher's interference, so now you got bases loaded, And now fucking Mookie hits a fucking sac fly and the Dodgers are leading after being down by 5. And you just hear the stadium, just the air is out of the balloon. And that's it. Meanwhile, Dodgers are still fucking bringing in their high leverage relievers, and they've got Treinen in there who hasn't pitched in a couple games, so he's well rested. But Treinen's a guy that goes an inning, maybe an inning and a third. But this is the World Series, dude. This is the postseason. This is why I will take my hat off. You can't see me right now, but I'm taking my hat off. If you're watching this, you can definitely see me taking my hat off. And he goes out there, and this is where, I say that they've learned from their mistakes. You can't just go by a script in October. Sometimes you have to go with your gut. Sometimes you have to go with the hot hand, the hot bat, whatever it might be. Sometimes you can't fucking just play baseball with a computer. And they learned from it. Dave Roberts goes out and fucking gets to be a manager and talk to, and I'll say this, probably the circumstances dictated this conversation. Dave goes out and he's like, hey dude, fucking, all we got is Walker. I mean, I don't know how it went down, but Blake Treinen's like, no, I got this, dude. Like, yeah, I'm at 38 pitches, but I fucking got this, dude. No tomorrow. You have an off day tomorrow, so even if it doesn't work out, you got an off day tomorrow. We'll fucking recoup. We got game 6 and 7 at home, but we have an off day. I haven't pitched in 2 days. Let's fucking go. And that's what they used to do in the old days. How do you feel? All right, let's fucking go. And then Treinen fucking goes up there. Stanton fucking flies out. He got a little jumpy. And then he strikes out Anthony Rizzo and then you know that Walker Buehler is warming up. And right when I saw Walker Buehler go out there and I kind of just see everything unfold, I'm like, oh, he's gonna have his oral moment, or his, heaven forbid, his fucking Madison Bumgarner moment. Like, every World Series win, a lot of times, it has these guys that kind of step up, out of character, whatever. And I'm like, he's gonna shut the door, dude, just like Oral did. Oral did not start Game 5 in '88, but he fucking closed Game 5 because he was the best pitcher available. And, to see Walker come out and to see, something that we missed all year, by the way, Walker Buehler this season, 1-6 with a 5.38 ERA. I wish I could play the sound bites, but like I said, my thing is a little messed up. But Walker Buehler, his World Series career, I'm not even talking his postseason, I'm talking his World Series career, 2-0 with a save, by the way. 2-0 with 1 save, 19 innings pitched, 24 Ks in the World Series for Walker Buehler, an ERA of .47. He started 3 games. He's 2-0 with, you don't get any better than that. Walker Buehler in the postseason is better than Clayton Kershaw in the postseason. I love Clayton Kershaw. He's the best pitcher I've ever seen, but Walker Buehler is one of the best postseason pitchers I've ever seen. Think about the game he pitched against the Padres. He pitched good. The defense just took a shit, and that was the turning point. That was the turning point, dude. Walker Buehler fucking goes into the dugout and starts slamming fucking water coolers and finally showing some fire that I've talked about many times. These guys, some of these guys like the Freddys, I love fucking Freddie, dude. I love Mookie. But I feel like sometimes they're just too nice and too happy. And fucking Walker goes up there and just fucking shows how pissed he is. It's like, yeah, dude, I want to fucking see that shit sometimes. He had every right to be fucking pissed off. But you know what he did? He fucking came back out against the Mets and fucking pitched great. He fucking came back out against the Yankees. you pitch great, and the Dodgers are the World fucking Series champions in 2024. No one can say shit. It's a 162 game season. Fuck the Padres fans that were talking shit. The Dodgers have never won anything. Guess what? 8 world titles, motherfuckers. 8. 8. How many have the Padres won? Fucking 0. Angel fans that are no longer Angel fans, I'm not even gonna get into you guys. All the people that were fucking coming at me on fucking Twitter and Threads, fuck you. Just like fucking Walker Buehler said it. You know, everyone wants to talk shit about 2020. Now what? Dynasty. 4 World Series appearances in 8 years, 2 World Series championships, and we're not done, dude. We're in the fucking Dodgers dynasty right now. You got Duck dynasty and you got Dodgers dynasty. But I'll give it, like I said, I gave Friedman his praises. Dave Roberts, I think, had more of a hand in this. I don't know how the conversations go, but I think Dave's like, hey man, we can't keep going. But this is how I'm assuming the conversation went. I have no idea. I wasn't in the room. Hey man, these last few years, you know, we've had to do a couple things that like I just don't think were the right moves. I think you got to give me a little bit more control in the game. I think we got to like play baseball. We got to bunt a little bit, maybe steal a couple bases, maybe let some of the bullpen guys go a little bit longer if they're pitching well. Don't just, you know, fucking go one, like just let us get a feel for the game. Yeah, like we'll fucking put this lineup out. We'll go left, right. We'll go this guy a little bit higher in lineup today because he's hitting better against this guy or whatever. Like we can do all that. But in game, we got to be a little bit, we got to play baseball. It's just the postseason. It's not the same as 162 games. We know that we have the recipe for success in the 162 game season. That's why we have the best record every year. But we keep failing in October. We have to do things different. And so whoever's responsible for that, whether it's Dave, whether it's Friedman, whether it's both of them, whoever that is, thank you, because you guys brought home a title to Los Angeles. A title that we so deserve. It's hard being a Dodger fan. It's hard defending sometimes when they do stupid shit, when they choke in the postseason, when they get swept by a division rival that we fucking own in the regular. All those things are so hard. And so to finally get a full 162 game season, and like I said, Walker Buehler fucking just, I can't say enough about Walker Buehler. I'll say this. Dodgers, I didn't even want to get into it. We'll probably get into it in the offseason. We'll probably do a couple like off-season episodes. Dodgers have some decisions to make. You know, whether they're not going to be, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe they can't afford Flaherty and Buehler. But if you have to choose between one of them, I'm going fucking Buehler, dude. Because Flaherty, love him. He's a dog. He's that dude. But he did not have a great postseason. He had a couple great games and a couple shit games. Walker Buehler had pretty much all great games. The game that he lost, the Dodgers fucking could have came back. The defense let him down. Freddie Freeman, fucking after everything he went through to be the MVP, just everybody, like when you see all the guys in you know, in the clubhouse celebrating, you realize like just how many people were involved. You know, Clayton Kershaw celebrating. I know the competitor that Kershaw is would have liked to have helped his team, but he did help his team. He pitched he came back as soon as he could. He tried his best. He didn't get it, but like the team was so deep that they didn't even need him, dude. You got a Hall of Fame, one of the best pitchers ever, arguably the best pitcher ever, and he doesn't even have a hand in this. Dodgers have a lot of decisions to make in the offseason, but just great, dude. I can't, you know, when I started this podcast, it was a number of reasons. It was mainly by the influence of Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's like, if you guys love something, are passionate about something, start a podcast about it. And I did. And, you know, I told you guys, you know, last season that I wasn't going to have enough time to put forth the effort that I wanted to in this podcast. But as things change and whatever, it worked out. We now have 2 world titles under our belts since we started this podcast and 4 World Series appearances. So I'm not saying it's me, but I think I have a little bit to do with this, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you guys, the Dodgers are the world champions. I'm at a loss for words at this point. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm going to try to do some interviews at the parade, and then we'll just do one more kind of wrap up with everything. If you guys have questions that you want me to answer, you can email me, petersurs@yahoo.com, or just at me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram at petersurs. If you want me to answer any questions on the last episode. Like I said, I'm going to try to get some interviews at the parade. We'll see how that goes. But we're getting a parade, you guys. We're getting a parade in the streets of LA. It's going to be, by the way, everyone's celebrating in the streets, dude, and fucking lighting fireworks. That shit was fucking wild, dude. I loved it. I loved watching that shit on television. Hopefully everybody stayed safe. And it just really is. We're really lucky. Long live Andrew Friedman, long live Dave Roberts, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are your world champions in 2024. We got one more episode coming for you guys, but in the meantime,